Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm one of the founders of Thought Crime Radio. This is a radio program on KOPN in mid-Missouri, and it's also a website, thoughtcrimeradio.net. These days, there are many different issues that concern us. Issues such as the economy, the national debt, veterans' rights, the never-ending war on terror, 9/11 truth, human rights, obstetrical abuse, environmentalism, chemical trails in the sky, GMO foods, education, gun violence, the psychiatric drugging of children, Second Amendment rights, racism, sexism, terrorism, mass media consolidation, government corruption, illegal drug trade, high unemployment, corporate power, pollution, Wall Street bailouts, the housing crisis, and so many other issues. But there is something that ties all these issues together. All these issues are caused by a single source of corruption. All the troubles of our world are the symptoms of a single disease. Only by dealing with the disease itself can its symptoms be alleviated. I know this sounds extraordinary, but it's true. There is a single source to all of the world's major problems. That single source must be addressed, or all of these problems will get worse. Before I explain that source, let me define the word meme. It's derived from the Greek word meme, which means to mimic. In a sense, a meme is like a gene which holds the information to build and maintain a living cell. But a meme is a set of ideas that once transmitted are then duplicated by another person. These ideas come to shape the attitude and behavior of that person. A meme spreads from person to person within a culture. A meme is an informational unit that spreads cultural values and patterns of behavior. If it spreads successfully, a meme will create a new paradigm or a pattern of behavior within a culture. However, if such a meme is toxic, it then becomes like a viral infection. A toxic meme is to society what a virus is to a physical body. Just as a virus can spread physical sickness, a meme can spread cultural insanity. And there is a meme that is the single source of the worst corruption in our world culture. That single source is the Illuminati Doctrine. This is a set of ideas and political strategies created by Adam Weishaupt. He was a well-educated man who lived in Europe in the 1700s. He drew his ideas from the study of history and philosophy. The word Illuminati refers to the illuminated ones. These are people who believe that they have been given secret knowledge that makes them superior to others. On May 1st, 1776, the Bavarian Illuminati were founded. They were funded by European aristocrats seeking a way to achieve global conquest. This was to begin with the overthrowing of the Bavarian government, but their plan was disclosed and they were officially disbanded. However, Weishaupt's writings became widely published as a result. Powerful men, such as the Rothschilds' banking family, realized that they could use these ideas to gain even greater power. So a few years after the prototype Bavarian Illuminati were disbanded, other new Illuminati groups were founded. On October 24th, 1798, President George Washington wrote a letter to a friend. In it, he talked about the dangers of the Illuminati doctrine. He linked the Illuminati doctrine to the Jacobin movement of the French Revolution. These Jacobin fanatics hijacked the French Revolution and created a reign of terror. Often using guillotines, they slaughtered 40,000 innocent people. They brought France into ruin. In the wake of this ruin, Napoleon came into power. The Rothschild banking family financed all sides of the Napoleonic Wars and became wealthy and powerful as a result. This abuse of power was the first application of the Illuminati doctrine. All I have just told you are facts of history that can be easily verified. However, the curse of the Illuminati doctrine didn't end with the defeat of Napoleon at Waterloo. Any ideology that can bring wealth and power to international bankers is not going to be forgotten. This ideological meme was accepted by other aristocrats who understood its power, and so it spread like a disease throughout the culture of aristocracy around the world. Even the famous Mason, Albert Pike, recognized the spread of the Illuminati doctrine into other early secret societies associated with the Enlightenment. The occultist Aleister Crowley referred to Adam Weishaupt as the head of the temple. The Illuminati recruited the Freemason Vladimir Lenin, and he used Weishaupt's ideas to foment the revolution in Russia. This Illuminati doctrine is still a curse upon our modern world, so it must be understood. Only by understanding the Illuminati doctrine can this disease be eliminated. The first principle of the Illuminati doctrine is that the average human being is inclined toward evil rather than good. This is a very important point because it describes a basic world view. The Illuminati doctrine states that ordinary people can't be trusted to govern themselves. This idea is the foundation for everything that the ruling elite do. Adam Weishaupt was funded by wealthy aristocrats who considered themselves superior to the peasants over which they ruled. The aristocratic belief in their own superiority was a delusion, but it was the typical attitude common to European aristocrats of that time. The idea that all human beings are inclined toward evil justifies the enslavement of all humanity under the rule of the so-called illuminated ones. The Bavarian Illuminati recruited men from wealthy families. These men were subjected to cultic mind control. It is a characteristic of all cults that their members learn to see all outsiders as inferior. Once indoctrinated into the Illuminati system, these young men learn to feel contempt for anyone not a part of their order. Weishaupt's doctrine encouraged the infiltration of Masonic lodges. The Illuminati wanted to recruit men who were well educated and idealistic. Another foundation of the Illuminati doctrine is to preach idealistic principles. They claim that their purpose is to create a utopian society. They claim that their goals are equality and world peace. This provides the moral justification for committing any acts of crime or immorality to accomplish these goals. So in the name of world peace, they create wars. So in the name of equality, they create social injustice. Adam Weishaupt claimed that any and all means were justified in creating their eventual utopian world government. But in the end, all of these ideals are betrayed. The Illuminati Doctrine is merely a series of tactics used by global criminals. But these criminals talk of an idealistic utopia, and they are well-educated men. So they aren't like common criminals who tend to easily betray one another. This Illuminati is a fellowship of elite globalists who believe that their criminality is morally justified by their idealism. Another foundational principle of the Illuminati doctrine is that they must remain invisible until they have become so powerful that no one can stand against them. This is a strategy of complete covert action. Any initiated member attempting to violate their secrecy would be severely punished. The Illuminati believe that their justification to rule arises from their attainment of worldly power. In other words, might makes right. Their power comes from their own force, not from the consent of the people. In the end, the Illuminati intend to destroy all of what we call civilization. The family unit, all religions, all regional cultures, all national governance. These all must be eliminated so the Illuminati can create their all-powerful one-world government. On this philosophical foundation, they apply a series of tactics. These were described in letters written by Weishaupt in the 1700s. But such tactics can be seen in today's world. One tactic is that they use the idea of freedom to bring about a class war. That was certainly used in the French Revolution. It was used in the Russian Revolution. The strategy of the Illuminati is to divide and conquer. They encourage the conflict between groups. A secret third-party influence encourages two groups of people to attack one another. We see this today, Israel versus Palestine, America versus the terrorists, Republicans versus the Democrats, white supremacists versus the civil rights workers. When one positive social movement arises, a negative social movement is created to challenge it. Our present world is divided into conflicting groups, and this is not an accident. Illuminati instigators are hired to secretly infiltrate social organizations. These conflicts are deliberately engineered. The Illuminati believe in using propaganda to control the masses. Control of the news media is an Illuminati tactic described in the 1700s by Weishaupt. The Nazi propaganda machine was a perfect realization of the Illuminati indoctrination process. In the modern world, electronic media has now placed the public into a near hypnotic state. Any lie can be sold to the public by those who control the media. If you are aware of 9/11 truth, then you understand how far this can be taken. This media control not only spreads misinformation, it also befuddles the minds of the population. The Illuminati believe in using false teachings to confuse the public. They believe in promoting the use of drugs and alcohol. They promote a general encouragement of decadence. This decay of moral values weakens society. A weakened society can be more easily overthrown. They believe in using sexual seduction and blackmail to control political leaders. The original Bavarian Illuminati used such techniques in their failed attempt to take over Bavaria. The many scandals that we see in contemporary Washington, D.C. are only the tip of the iceberg. Illuminati bribery and blackmail guarantee that our politicians no longer serve the will of the people. In controlling the politicians, the actions of a nation can be guided. Weishaupt said that wars should be fought to place nations in permanent debt, and that peace conferences should be used to undermine national sovereignty. These tactics can certainly be seen in our present world. The Illuminati doctrine states that scarcity of all kinds should be created. Hunger, unemployment, shortages, and deprivation are to be engineered. The idea is that you create public chaos and then you bring in Illuminati agents to restore order. A Washington politician was recently quoted as saying, "No crisis should go to waste." This is an Illuminati attitude. After restoring order in the wake of the crisis, which they themselves have created, such Illuminati agents then become public heroes. But in restoring order, they take away the rights of the citizens. The people are then made to become dependent upon handouts from the state. The welfare state becomes a method for controlling the masses. The government always becomes more powerful as the rights of the people are continually lessened. The Illuminati doctrine encourages the development of a police state. Weishaupt stated that police are to use street fighting techniques to subdue social resistance. The agent provocateur is an Illuminati tactic. This is where a police agent infiltrates a nonviolent group and encourages its members to become violent. This then justifies police violence against that group. The Illuminati doctrine also promoted the idea of an all-powerful philosopher king. The concept of a philosopher king goes back to Plato's Republic. But this philosopher king is really a dictator. He appoints his ministers. These are to be men programmed in the Illuminati doctrine. They are to create centralized state control. They use high taxes and monopolies to put power into the hands of a few. Once you have a country controlled by the Illuminati, you can then use its wealth to create military dominance. Eventually, in this way, all nations of the world are brought under Illuminati control. Then a council of world leaders under a philosopher king are to rule the world. To quote Weishaupt, "The advisors will have been bred, reared, and trained from childhood to rule the affairs of the world." It's no coincidence that May Day, May 1st, was a communist holiday. If you want a perfect example of an Illuminati society, it would have been the former Soviet Union. How it was taken over and how it was run were pure Illuminati doctrine. But it isn't just a matter of socialism. Those who call themselves capitalists are just as corrupt. Bailouts for wealthy corporations that are too big to fail is also pure Illuminati. The fall of the Iron Curtain didn't end the Illuminati. It merely demonstrated the ultimate failure of the Illuminati doctrine. Any society based on the Illuminati doctrine cannot help but to fail in the end. Unfortunately, the Illuminati doctrine has become the basis of our present global society. The 99% is ruled by the 1% through the application of the Illuminati doctrine. But the rulers of our present global community are not enlightened ones. The Illuminati's contempt for ordinary people is irrational. The average person isn't evil. Most people are good by nature. But the Illuminati leaders themselves have become evil and psychotic in their obsession with power. It has been said that all power corrupts and that absolute power corrupts absolutely. This has become the case in our world. The Illuminati doctrine is the philosophy behind all the organizations that dominate the global community. Look at the Fabian Society, Theosophy, the Bilderberg Group, the United Nations, the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the Federal Reserve, Skull and Bones, the CIA, NATO, the European Union, and so many other globalist groups. The Illuminati should not be thought of as a single organization, but as an interconnected network of groups that are all based on the Illuminati doctrine. In an organic way, since May 1st, 1776, the Illuminati doctrine has spread throughout our world like a disease. This ideological meme, this cultural disease, has sickened our world community. We already have a type of global governance. This global governance is imperfectly manifested through many different groups. However, no matter what they call their particular branch, they are all the Illuminati. But this is no utopian society. On July 4th, 1776, a better model for government was promoted in the Americas. Democracy is the greatest form of government ever devised. But democracy is being systematically destroyed by the present generation of the Illuminati. They do this in the name of plutocracy and totalitarianism. Their tactics involve criminality. A businessman who uses a combination of both criminal methods and legitimate business enterprises has an unfair advantage. The honest businessman can't compete with the Illuminati business model. With their hidden criminality, the Illuminati are destroying all that is good in our world. They aren't enlightened ones, they're just another group of brainwashed cult members. They intend to destroy our natural world so that they can create their corporate New World Order. And so far, nobody has been able to defeat them. However, for all their power, there is one flaw in their plan. Their original strategy was to remain completely invisible until any resistance became futile. But resistance is not yet futile. An increasing number of people are becoming aware of the toxic globalist agenda. A general public awakening can destroy the Illuminati. But such an awakening is difficult. Mass media outlets have been consolidated into the hands of a few corporations. These corporations are controlled by a small group of Illuminati billionaires. Now, the only way that the truth can be spread is through a grassroots movement of dedicated persons. ThoughtCrimeRadio.net is an internet resource for research. Even as you listen to this, the walls of your prison are being built around you, but these walls can still be torn down. you are not powerless. You are more powerful than you think. By doing what you can to teach others the truth, you can help defeat the Illuminati before it's too late. If you find that thoughtcrimeradio.net is useful, tell others about it. Spread the word. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you.